In my previous video, I looked at the pan and then the orbit tool or the flyover tool. In this video, I'm going to look at the zoom tool, the text tool, and then the callout tool. Okay, so as I've said earlier in my previous videos, the basic tool sets can be located at the upper left corner where my mouse cursor is. Okay, so the tools that we'll be looking at today are found at the basic tool sets. Okay, and the zoom, the text, and the callout tool are the tools that we'll be looking at today. Okay, so let's begin. So the zoom tool basically is used to zoom into specific areas or specific objects in your scene. Okay, so let me quickly draw a rectangle to demonstrate. So once I draw this rectangle, okay, and then I come over to the zoom tool. Okay, so once I click on the zoom tool, I have additional modes as I explained in my previous video, and these modes give you additional options in which you can use the tools. Okay, so right now the first option here is the marquee mode. Okay, so basically the marquee mode allows you to draw a rectangle over the point in which you want it to come into focus. So if I want this point to be zoomed into, or if I want this point to come into focus, I just have to make a rectangle over this corner, okay, and then the corner will come into focus. Okay, so we also have another option, which is the interactive mode. Basically with the interactive mode, you don't need to draw over any area for you to come into focus. You just have to interactively zoom in and zoom out, as you can see here. Zoom in and then zoom out. Okay, so that's how the zoom tool is used. So moving on to the text tool. Basically the text tool is used to make text. That's what the name says. So the text tool, so once you click on the text tool, you come back to the interface. You click on the interface where you want your text to be inserted, and then you can type in the text. Let me just type in Vectorworks. Okay, so your text will be drawn, and as I explained in my previous video, once you click on any object in the scene, its properties will be displayed at the object info tab, which is at the right hand side of the interface. So once I click on the Vectorworks, which is the text, and I go to the object info, you see the properties of the text. So right here we can adjust the text style. You can adjust the font, you can adjust the size. Okay, you can make it bold, italic, you can underline it. Okay, just the basic properties or editing that can be made to text. Okay, so that is how the text tool is also drawn. So moving on, we'll be looking at the callout tool. Okay, so basically the callout tool is used to label objects or it's used to give description to items in your scene. So once I click on the callout tool, you see I'll also be introduced with these modes. Okay, and basically we are going to look at the first mode here, which is the towards tangent mode. Okay, so towards tangent mode allows you to give description or give a label to items in your scene. So let me use this rectangle I've drawn earlier as an example. So if I want to label this rectangle, I just have to click on the callout tool. Okay, come back to my scene, make a first click outside of the objects that I want to label, and then make the next click on the object. Okay, so once I make the next click, automatically I'll get this pop-up window and I can type in my description here. So let's say this is a rectangle. I'll say just type in rectangle. This is a rectangle. Type rectangle. Okay, and then click OK. So once I click OK, it will be drawn and then it will be labeled as a rectangle, as you can see here. Okay, so that's basically how the callout tool is used. So in this video, you've learned how to use the zoom tool, the text tool, and then the callout tool. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use the line tool and then the rectangle tool, as well as the double line tool. So stay tuned. Thank you for being here and thank you for watching. See you in the next video.